Hello children, welcome to the first class of the session. We will be starting with Unit 2, that is Algebra, because this unit is common in Applied and Core Maths. This is first chapter of the NCERT of Core Maths. So we'll be starting with this only. In this chapter, we will be discussing following points: introduction, representation of sets, type of sets and their notation, subsets, intervals, Venn diagram, and operations on sets. So let's start with the introduction. What is set? So in our everyday life, we often speak of collections of objects in a particular kind, like a crowd of people, a cricket team, a pack of cards, etc. So in mathematics also we come across collections. For example, set of natural number, set of points, set of prime numbers, etc. So these all are a well-defined collection of objects. It means a given particular object belongs to a given collection or not, we can easily identify. Suppose if I say set of odd numbers less than 10. Okay, so we have 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So it's a set of odd numbers less than 1. Similarly, the set of vowels in English alphabet: A, E, I, O, U. This also forms a set. Similarly, various kinds of triangle, okay? And if I write an equation, x square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So the solution set of this equation, solution set means when you find the values of x, here x is 2 and 3. So the solution set 2 comma 3, it will also form a set. So in mathematics we have sets with a particular symbol, like if we write capital N, so this capital N represents the set of all natural numbers. If we write Z, then this represents the set of integers. Similarly, Q represents the set of rational numbers, and this capital R represents the set of real numbers. Okay, and if we write Z plus, means the set of all positive integers. Similarly, this Q plus means positive rational numbers. And this R plus means positive set of positive real numbers. Okay. The theory of set was developed by a German mathematician, George Cantor, in the year set. A set is a well-defined collection of objects. A set is a well-defined collection of objects. Now, what is the meaning of this word well-defined? So, suppose for example, we can say that the river Nile does not belong to the collection of rivers of India. Okay. On the other hand, the river Ganga does belong to the collection. So we can definitely decide whether a given particular object belongs to a given collection or not. For example, if I say the collection of 5 most renowned mathematicians of the world, okay, collection of 5 most renowned mathematician of the world. So it will not form a set. Why? Because it is not well defined. Now, why it is not well defined? Because the criteria for determining a mathematician as most renowned may vary from person to person. Okay, similarly, if I say the most talented writers of India, the most 10, 10 most talented writers of India. Okay, so here also it is not well defined because the criteria varies from person to person. Okay, for me, Premchand is one of the most talented writer. For you, it may be different. Okay, so a set is a well defined collection of objects. If I say the collection of all the boys in your class, collection of all the boys in the class, it will definitely form a set. Okay, but if I say the collection of 5 most intelligent person in the world or in the country, then it will not form a set because it is not well defined. Again, the criteria may differ from person to person. Okay, so the definition of set is a set is a well defined collection of objects, and there are so many examples like set of natural numbers, set of integers, set of all the boys in the class. Okay, so let us discuss 3 main important points whenever we write any set. The first point is object, elements and members, okay, of a set are synonymous terms. Means if I say the uh, set of natural first 5 natural numbers, okay, set of first 5 natural numbers, so you know that natural number starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First 5 natural numbers. So this each number, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this each number is called object or element or member of the set. Okay. And second point is we denote sets by capital letter. So sets are denoted by capital letters. Okay, you can use A, B, C, any alphabet you can use, but it should be capital letter. And third number is the elements of set are represented by small letters. Elements are represented by small letters like small a, small b, small c and so on. Okay, these are the 3 things we have to keep it in mind whenever we write any set. Now, if an element, suppose if I say, we will take this example here, let this be a set A. Okay, we write within this curly bracket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This set A is the set of first 5 natural numbers. Okay, and this 1 is one of the members of this set A. Okay, 1 is one of the members of set A, or 1 belongs to A. Okay, 1 belongs to A. So how to write this belongs to mathematically? So we use a Greek symbol epsilon. It's a Greek symbol epsilon. Okay, and we write it as 1 belongs to A. So whenever you find this symbol, it means that this element belongs to this set. Okay, for example 4. So 4 also belongs to this set. So we will write 4 belongs to A. 2 belongs to A. 3 belongs to A. 5 belongs to A. But what about 6? So here 6 does not belong to A. So how to write mathematically? So we'll write 6 does not belong to A. What about 7? 7 also. So 7 does not belong to A. Okay. So the meaning of this symbol represents belong to, and this represents does not belong to. Okay. This symbol represent belong to, belongs to, and this represent does not belong to. Okay. We can also take one more example. The set of vowels of English alphabets. Okay. So A belongs to English alphabets, the set of vowels. So A, E, I, O, U is the set of vowels of English alphabets. Okay. So here A belongs to this set. Yes. So A belongs to V. And what about B? So B does not belong to B. So belongs to and does not belong to.